This edition of the Wrestle-Cast is dedicated to the memory of Jay Briscoe. This is a presentation of RVT Entertainment.
Hey, yo.
You know, they say all men are created equal, but you look at me and you look at Small Joe, and you can see that statement is not true.
Because I'm better than you, and you know it.
In the back, there are men and women, seasoned professionals, dues paid in full, gunning to be the best.
We're wrestlers in a wrestling ring. Let's just freaking wrestle.
The cream of the crop! Nobody does it better.
Hey, hi, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wrestle-Cast, presented by RVT Entertainment on Automatic, Spotify, YouTube, and wherever else you may find this fine audio recording and live on RVT Entertainment's official Twitch.tv channel. Talking about professional wrestling, both in the mainstream and independent scene. My name's Matty Jay. I heard you missed us. We're back. That is TWK.
Hello.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, we hear you now. That's a good thing. Also, ladies and gentlemen, Shintigercurl.
Oh.
Greetings, sir.
Oh, I'm not sir. My name is question.
Yeah. How you doing? The question.
I'm doing. Hey, why are you asking me questions? I'm the one supposed to be asking the questions because I got question powers.
Oh, well, go ahead with your question powers. Then. Go right ahead.
You think? Do you think? Jesus would have good questions?
Pretty sure he would. I mean, especially if it were to come back now, like all this technology, all this weird shit. The three of us doing a radio show on the internet called the podcast.
I don't know. I would join you for the podcast, but I ain't got no face.
No. Well, you don't need a face for this show. It's podcast. It's radio.
Sorry, he already left. He's trying to ask the dog some questions.
Well, that dog will have a good time with that. I think pretty much most of those questions are, who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Or who's a good girl, depending on the gender of the dog. How are you doing, Shin?
I have a mouthful of Hunger Buster and root beer. I am good.
Very nice, very nice. I had a homemade pizza for supper tonight on my end. Wrestling podcast. We've been off a week. For those wondering what happened since we didn't do a show last week, and why we're doing a 90-minute speed round this week. For this week, simple. Royal Rumble's on Saturday. We would like to watch said Royal Rumble. I would allegedly. I can only speak for myself and Shintigercurl, of course. And I don't know if T-Double watched the Rumble or not.
Probably.
He's thinking about it. For last week, my mother's birthday, who I'm not going to ask for the age. You should never ask a woman her age. But she was celebrating on her birthday on Monday. Decided to bring up some people, and we had food and merriment. We were supposed to go out, but turns out everyone just wanted to just sit down, chill, and drink. We sat down, we chilled, and we drank. So there was no once I decided, you know what, no Wrestle-Cast this week. You don't need us in your life every week. Figured we'll chill, and it was a chill night, and football and hockey was watched. And the Leafs lost, so yay. And for those wondering, yeah, Hairball pretty much gave you the answer. But my mother was always about psychological torture. So there's that. Only kidding, Mama. I know you're not listening, but you get the idea. But yeah, we mom's birthday, whole lot of family around, especially in a post-pandemic situation. Didn't want to fuck around with that shit. Now, no clip of the week for obvious reasons. Because I want to spend some time talking about what the fuck happened last week in the world of wrestling. And we got a Royal Rumble to preview. We're going to do that. But what about NXT? What about NXT? Actually, Braun Breaker versus Grayson Waller, no holds barred, should be good. But we're not previewing that card. We'll give NXT the respect it deserves when it earns it. And right now, they are in the middle of earning it. But have not earned it, and Brock Lesnar just F5 Bob Lashley again on the SmackDown. Wow, holy shit, Trips. Busting out the checkbook already? Fuck. Well, it is Rumble season. It is Rumble. SmackDown's airing, by the way. It's the go-home show currently going on. Cowboy Brock decided to fuck up a whole bunch of people again. So, yay. Back to the point. Stuff happened, and yeah, there's no transition to this. A whole lot of it is next week anyway. Thank you, JC. Yeah, there's no transition to this. 2023 decided to break our fucking hearts early this week or last week. Literally finish a. When did this happen? Was it Thursday, I think?
No, it was Tuesday, 8:25 p.m.
A Tuesday. Yeah, it was Tuesday. We were literally at the beginning of the show. We had a good day on Tuesday, and until Jay Briscoe was no more. The details of that is pretty simple. Head-on car crash. The people in front at the front did not survive. That includes the wife and, of course, Jay Briscoe himself. And the kids, as of last update, are in a place where they will eventually make a full recovery. They will survive, for lack of a better term. But man, we just lost them boys. We just lost.
It's a shame that, we had to lose. Jay Briscoe is so young, and I've been watching.
1984. Let me put it back up here. Let me put up the RIP. 1984. He's 2 years older than me, T-Dub. He's 38. He was 38.
Yeah.
2 years younger than me.
2 years. And I was born 86. I'm like way too fucking young.
Yeah, I still remember the first time seeing him wrestle back in 07 on those old ROH pay-per-views.
Like, you saw the belt, man. You saw the belt he wore. He got it off of Kevin Steen when he won it. One of the reasons why I wanted to get that replica, and I got that replica, and it's sitting on the bed today. Was all week.
Yeah, first time I saw the Briscoes was back in 2010 when ROH got their TV deal with Sinclair. And I remember thinking, who are these ghetto rednecks and why do I like them so much? And they had so many great tag team wars with the likes of the Dark City Fight Club, Super Smash Bros, as we know them at the Dark Order.
Yeah.
Who else? I think they had a few matches with Future Shock.
Well, let's put it this way: they've been around since the beginning, pretty much around the beginning of Ring of Honor. If it was a tag team in Ring of Honor,
yeah,
they faced that tag team. We're talking Young Bucks, Kings of Wrestling, the Kingdom,
Kevin Steen, El Generico, No Remorse Corps, the Vulture Squad.
Mm-hmm. And They just stuck
Sweet
out.
and Sour Incorporated.
Yeah, they just stuck out to me, and I made a point to just keep track of them. Even when I couldn't watch Ring of Honor anymore because the TV deal fell through, I still kept watch. And
I don't think it was. I don't think it was Sinclair. It might have been HD Net.
no, it wasn't HD.
It was Sinclair. Okay.
I think it was Sinclair. Yeah, because we
'Cause
still
they
have
had they had two major TV deals. It was HD Net, and then Sinclair came in about a couple of years after HD Net fell through.
Yeah. Yeah. But easily to say one of the most innovative, one of the most exciting, one of the most must-see tag teams.
And name
you will
extreme corrected. Between HD Net and Sinclair, it was Destination America. Thank you.
No, that was Impact.
No,
That was
no, they had both. They had both for a hot minute.
Oh,
They had both for a hot minute. Cup of coffee with Ring of Honor, obviously, because they moved to Sinclair very immediately after, but Destination America was part of that as well, yeah. Cup of coffee, though. Cup of coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. Continue.
And just if the Briscoes were going to be on a pay-per-view, it became must-see pay-per-view watching. Regardless of whatever fed they were in, if you saw Jay and Mark Briscoe were going to wrestle, and you was like, "Fuck it, I'm watching it." So it's just a shame that the first time if you told me last year that we were going to hear Reach for the Sky Boy in the main event of a Dynamite, but it's going to come at a heavy cost, I was like, it couldn't be that high, but the cost was too high.
Yeah, let's put it this way. Spoiler alert for my list, loser list, Warner Brothers Discovery is on that loser list. Though, and this is pretty much well publicized now. The big reason why the Briscoes, while signed to Ring of Honor and AEW, technically could not appear on Dynamite or Rampage. Warner Brothers Discovery found some of those tweets Jay Briscoe did a decade ago that were not exactly of. It was not savory. It was they were bad tweets. They saw those tweets, said, "Well, fuck that guy then," and that and despite the fact that Jay was very much regretful on those tweets, didn't know he was thinking at the time. He was young, he was stupid,
Young and
dumb, like all of us are, or
and
were.
to Jay's credit, he busted his ass to improve himself.
Yeah,
He did, and he did everything right. Just one company saw beyond the work and saw cancel culture. Cancel culture decided fuck that guy, and that is the big reason why Warner Brothers Discovery is on my loser list for that, because they robbed us.
According to Enigma,
of that.
it was just one suit.
Well, at this point, T-Dub, I'm pretty sure Warner Brothers Discovery in general gets the loser because of that one guy.
Yeah.
In general, they listen to that one guy. So, guess what?
Yeah, they would.
Even one guy, company as a whole gets a loser.
Yeah, and they won't put him on there for them stupid ass tweets that he made 13 years ago. But they let Dana White ruin the good name of professional slapping, and he abused his wife. But they're okay with that.
By
Bad
the way,
tweets? No.
if there's anyone who should be salty about a professional slap fighting going down the shitter, it would be Shintigercurl. What's his name again?
Charlie.
Charlie.
By the way, Charlie's video, over 3 million views, which is over 10 times the amount that the slapping show got.
Believe it or not, the not so professional so-called Bush League slappers, much safer and much more stringent in their rules.
Yeah, because number one, you can't use the palm of your hand because that's basically like a palm strike.
Yeah.
Number two, you can't step forward because then you're basically just knocking the guy out every time.
Yeah. Looking at stuff like slap fighting or some of the Russian slappers, you rarely if ever see an outright knockout.
And one thing I noticed from the professional slap fighting, the Dana White slap fight, but I've watched both versions out of pure curiosity, before I decided fuck Dana White again. And yes, again, it's not the first time. A lot of fighters on the side where they get slapped, they wear either a con swab thing, or like they put something in their ear.
Yeah.
I don't notice that in the Dana White slap fight thing. Or if it is, it's well hidden.
Plus, they have EMTs on standby in case something bad goes down. If it looks like somebody who is going to get hurt or is severely injured, they'll say, "Nope, he's done. We're calling it," and just give the win to the other guy.
Yeah.
Not
And so back to Jay Briscoe. I know we got to do rails here. If we didn't have to, if we had no time limit, that's great. But we got to do rails here.
All right.
Because we are paying tribute to Jay Briscoe. I don't have a good. I've seen the Briscoes live in person when they were with Ring of Honor. They were in Toronto that one time, but went in 2019, thankfully. My story. I've relayed the story of looking for directions to the entrance of the arena, where because the Uber guy decided to put me at the wrong side of the fucking thing. And it was Mark Briscoe who pointed me towards the entrance, and that's just tells you, yeah, behind the scenes, these guys are chill.
Yeah. If the testimony is from that tribute show, they believed that Jay Briscoe was just a kind soul.
Both gentlemen were kind souls.
Yeah,
if nothing else.
Yeah, they
my testimony just adds that both of them are good. So at this point, yeah.
And just so welcoming and just so kind. And the two that really stuck out to me as far as testimonials goes was Joe's, because we don't see Joe cry ever, and he just couldn't keep it in, and
he was fighting hard. I saw that tribute that you shared. It is part of the 3-hour Ring of Honor tribute show that they put together, and it is on YouTube. They posted it, I believe, a couple days ago, just a little bit after Dynamite on Wednesday. Technically Tuesday morning, and it's one of those like I'm just watching it through because I can't sit through 3 hours of glum. Though the Pure Championship match is worth a seek, and it's at the very beginning of the show.
And I saw Austin Gunn's a story about how he had to when Jay cut his back open on a table, and the EMTs were like, "Oh, we're off the clock," and he's like, and Austin was like, "You know what? Just give me some gauze, give me some twine. I'll stitch it up myself." And he went back there, and he's like, "Jay, I'm gonna stitch up your back," and he's like, "No, dog, that's okay." Like, "No, I want to stitch up your back," and he stitched up his back, and the two of them kind of connected. And Austin Gunn seems like such a sweetheart, you know.
Hey, you know what? Professionalism. On-screen douchebag. Behind the scenes, cares for you.
Yeah, it's also noted that Austin said that was the first ROH show he attended as a rookie.
Yeah.
So he's just no-name guy, and he's just like, "Oh shit, this guy's a back cut. Let me do something about that." That's pretty ballsy, really.
I get the feeling that this is the kind of guy who has a skill to help out people, sees people refuse to help, and say, "You know what? I'm going to help this guy."
Yeah. Eddie's was... He didn't know how to articulate it, but he articulated enough. And the last words he said was just, "Hey, yo, Jay, when you get to heaven, tell Tracy I said what's up. Tell Brody I said what's up."
And, of course, Sweeney.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Eddie Kingston, maybe one of the best wordsmiths when Smith's around, when he's almost speechless. That tells you how much of an effect this passing happens. And Jesus.
And it should know that, there are people paying tribute all over the world. WWE paid tribute to him.
Yeah, NXT. And people are, wait, NXT's still around? But Booker T and what's his name on the other guy, they stopped the show dead in its tracks, gave it a couple of minutes just to say, "We lost Jay Briscoe."
And even Matt Cole later on SmackDown did the same.
Yeah. So in case you're wondering if Vince McMahon is really back, not in the creative end, that's for sure.
And then later
that
on...
That is a Triple H move right there.
Of course, later on for the New Japan Noah crossover show, they did a tribute for him as well.
They gave him a hell of a tribute. They did something to watch in its own right. They do Jay Briscoe a lot of justice.
That should tell everyone just how much he meant to the wrestling business, that so many people just felt the need to pay tribute to him.
Yeah. It's one of those. I put it up there as the 4 most heartbreaking deaths in professional wrestling. First, of course, being Owen.
Yeah.
Second is Eddie.
Mm-hmm.
Third, of course, being
Brody.
Brody.
Yeah.
And
Brody
now,
Lee.
and the one thing, and the 2 things they all have in common is they died from seemingly out of nowhere. Like they just died out of nowhere, either by accident or health issue or what have you. And none of them were anywhere. Were not 40 yet.
I believe Brody may have been 39 or
Yeah,
at 40.
he was close to like 39. He was close to being 40, but
Still too young, even if he was 40. It's still way too young.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
But
I'll say this: I'll remember him for one of the most unique promo styles. He and Mark especially, but specifically, but one of the most unique promos in wrestling.
Yeah, how many times before an ROH pay-per-view were me and Matty excited, like, all right, here's our clip of the week, and it's, of course, Briscoes from the farm.
Briscoes from the farm with the this is for mature audiences. Now.
And Mark in the background just eating a tub of Cool Whip.
Tub of Cool Whip, or having a drink, or shooting a gun off screen by complete accident.
Man, so I thought you was done.
I was like, where was I? Oh yeah, we were at the bar. 1 bourbon, 1 scotch, 1 beer.
So many goddamn good those amazing promos from the chicken farm. And if you guys haven't, if anyone listening to this has never watched any of those promos, please look them up. There's so many of them. And my favorite one actually came from their time at Impact earlier last year.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even remember who they were feuding. I believe they were feuding with they're feuding with the Good Brothers, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the Good Brothers decided to attack them on their farm, and so to ward them off, Mark Briscoe all of a sudden is dual wielding blades. And he looks like a fucking psychopath.
Yeah.
It was so goddamn good.
We watched that on Rift Zone, didn't we?
Yeah,
Yes.
We watched that on Rift Zone.
To quote Dr. Hero from One Piece, when does a man die? He doesn't die in this case, when he dies in an accident. No, a man dies when people forget him. And in this case, Jay Briscoe is immortal.
He will be immortal for a good long while, that is for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Also,
you were there with us, CJ.
Yep. Also, too, Tony Khan, I don't care how long the DLC is going to take to make for the game. Make sure the Briscoes are a part of it.
Please. I think that's the one way to do it at this point.
I don't mind waiting if we can get the Briscoes in it.
I have a feeling that they'll be a part of future like ROH style DLC. Anyways, moving on to our news here. We don't have a lot of it. Pretty brief this week.
Yeah.
It is video game related. First up, WWE 2K23 trailer dropped, and it's all about John Cena and War Games.
There is pictures of Cody Rhodes. His scan is complete. They show video of him getting the scan, and people are showing off his body on a WWE video game. And I'll tell you this, for new gen stuff, pretty good, looking pretty good.
That it is, and as I said earlier, War Games.
Yeah, I'm still 50-50 on buying it though. Not gonna lie.
All right, that's fair enough. I'll definitely be getting
I
it because
barely play 2K22, and that's a pretty decent game, but I barely play it.
oh wow, I still play it very often. I was just playing it last week. I just love the
My
fast-paced-
sensibilities have changed. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, clearly. I just love how fast-paced they made the game compared to previous years.
Oh, absolutely. You know that this is one of those like I've played it, folks. It's just I don't play it as often as T-Dub does.
Yeah, I'm always playing wrestling games at least once a week. And moving on to Fight Forever, apparently it's the whole reason it was being delayed because originally it was supposed to come out in September, but it's being delayed and delayed and delayed because ESRB won't give it a T rating because of all the blood.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at this point, you know what you're marketing for. Fuck it. Just go for the M at this point.
I have no idea if that'll affect how much they can market the game, though, and like where they can show the commercials.
At this point, you're going to butcher a good game because you want a T. I don't think it's worth it.
Well, let's see what decision they make, but I hope they don't they don't cut down on the blood too much. Not too much.
Yeah.
Go for the M. That's the only way you'll get more blood.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's it. Like, if people, we want more blood, well, you'll have to go for the M. But what about the T? We want this to succeed. Remove the blood.
I don't think they'll need to remove it, just cut down on it.
It's not 964 era anymore, TW. You know that.
Well, even WWE games have blood in them.
This is going to be an argument that's going to last too long. I'm sorry. Just go for the M, for God's sakes. Let it out. Let people decide, you know? Fuck it.
Nevertheless, we now go to AEW Dynamite Live from good old Lexington, Kentucky, the home of Sean Ross Sapp.
Yipper.
Sappy.
Start things off with Les Sex Gods versus Action Andretti and Rick Starks, or Shin.
Pretty Ricky, what they call him.
Thank you.
And between Sammy and Andretti, we got multiple shades of Ospreay and Ricochet throughout the match, as well as Ospreay and Ibushi.
So many callbacks.
Good callbacks.
Which to me is just like, all right, Action Andretti, you already look like Will Ospreay. Do you need to copy him as well?
Well, all he needs to finish the copy is a shitty Twitter game, and that'll be it.
And a divorced British woman, and divorcing a British woman.
That too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Who's that I see out in ringside? Is that Daniel Garcia?
It is.
Wearing the pants.
Yipper. Hey, you know, we got a little bit of time. Why not? Why not? Why
right.
not?
That's right. We won again. That's right. Ricky Starks, you and Action Andretti, you're no match for us. Now, excuse me. I'm going to talk to a Wallaby. Hey, Wallaby, what's going on? Yeah, you're from Australia. What's that like? You met Paul Hogan? Yeah, he's Australian. You met Paul Hogan in Australia, Wallaby? Okay. I'll see you around, Wallaby. Say hi to your mother for me.
So yeah, Sammy pinned Andretti clean with the go to hell.
Shit.
No shenanigans.
Bullshit.
Well, there were shenanigans, to be fair.
Only if you're Tony Schiavone.
Now that's just racist.
Against what?
Against Schiavone's. You know that.
God damn it. And it was following the match. We had a nice Jay Briscoe tribute video.
Very nice video.
Lots of feels. And then the commentary announces that Lethal and Briscoe is main eventing.
They announced the match, a tribute match, and the on a show, given the main event slot, appropriate.
Yeah.
And I think the only thing to do, I mean, at least within their control, you know, Warner Brothers discovered being a dick about it. All right, well, you know what? You're going to allow us, and we're going to have the fucking main event for it.
Then we got our TNT title match, Buddy Matthews versus Darby Allin, and Buddy Matthews wearing the Darby face paint.
Mind games.
The pay-per-view.
Yeah. But no, not the pay-per-view. Just the mind games. Mind games.
Buddy, though, spent, I would say, the first 7 or 8 minutes massacring Darby Allin.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as Allin started to get some sort of comeback going, lights out comes the House of Black, but Ortiz foiled their plan.
And notice, no Eddie Kingston.
Interesting.
Well,
Yeah.
Kingston did hit him with a chair on Friday.
Intriguing.
Avalanche Scorpion Death Drop from Darby, followed by a coffin drop to Buddy, who is bent over the ropes for the win. But before Darby could celebrate with an interview, who would appear on the screen but
The King of Television. Samoa Joe.
His Highness. His Royal Highness, Samoa Joe.
His Royal TV-ness.
His Royal TV, Samoa Joe of the House of Joe, the second. Don't ask what happened to the first.
I feel they got sent to
Land.
Yes, indeed, for he is the undisputed Lord of Night Land and the sovereign Pope of the Church of the Power Game. He will show that rapscallion Darby Allin what real royalty looks like.
And next week, they're going to have themselves a little match.
A match where the bards are no longer held.
No holds barred, brother.
I believe that is what I said.
Wait, Hulk Hogan's going to be involved?
What's that smell?
Me throwing myself down some stairs.
Hey, Phil.
Hey, Phil. By the way, if I sound like I'm a little low energy tonight, that's because I am. couple of long 2 days of office days where I have to get up at 6 in the early. Sorry, 6 in the morning, or as I like to call it, fuck you in the morning, and just straight up go fuck yourself. And try to catch up on sleep and horrifically so. If I'm a little sedated this evening, it's not for lack of trying. I am legitimately tired and looking forward to Rampage, and then bed, and then G-Anime. So there's that. Continue.
Following that, we have an Adam Cole promo package. Very nice. Hyping us up for the return of Adam Cole, baby, in the ring, baby.
You with a shot of Revolution, baby.
And he's not chugging it up, bye-bye.
Not
Hey,
yet.
if he chugs up his recovery, baby, we wouldn't have Adam Cole, baby.
And then we got Hardy and Ethan Page versus Jungle Hook, and oh boy, the Firm's entrance promo. Quite good stuff there.
Good stuff and great, good idea reaffirming who are the heels here. And Matt Hardy's trying to make the best of a bad situation, but obviously the heels are going to heal it up.
Yeah. And Stokes, of course, being Stokes.
There was something about raggedy bitches now.
Always raggedy bitches.
And Slick
Shouting
Rick,
to
I'm not calling you baby, it's Adam Cole, baby. We're just doing
And
the
shout
baby
to
gimmick, you know,
Ethan
baby.
Page for wearing the Michigan blue and gold.
Ah, well, he did move to Michigan in the last year.
And it was that Page and Hardy were getting along for the most part of this match. Up until the end where Ethan Page tried a twist of fate, got reversed into a snare trap, and Matt Hardy could not get him off the hold.
I'm sure he feels like Willy Wonka in this situation.
In what sense?
Oh no! Oh, I need to go help him. Somebody stop! Oh, Hook has me tangled. I am confuzzled. I can't help. Oh my God!
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was feeling all those legitimate emotions.
Yeah.
Well, I was 50-50.
totally.
I mean, there's still a paycheck involved.
So it looks like Page and Hardy back to the drawing board.
Again.
Then we got Family Therapy.
Nice little segment here.
Nice little segment, but I'm sorry, guys. No. No, not a winner. Good effort, boys. Good effort, gentlemen. Have some steak.
Well, the Guns don't want steak. What they want are those tag belts.
Very true. But
Yeah.
for now, for the failure of that segment, and unfortunately, it was a failure. Have some steak.
Following that, we have Hangman backstage with Renee Young once again, and he's talking about how he's going to knock John Moxley's lights out again, but Yuta, not a fan of that, so Utes and Hangman tonight on Rampage.
Utes. Too bad he doesn't have a brother.
Yeah.
Then we could call them the two Utes.
I'm sorry, what did you say? Did you say 2 Utes?
The two what? Utes. The two Utes. Who are you talking about? Oh, the two Utas.
Gotta love that movie.
Yep.
And one thing I also quite enjoyed was Danielson versus Cage. Brian Cage, that is.
Yeah. Mase and Shades brought up the fact that this, despite the fact that this was not intended to sound like another one of MJF's gauntlets, it obviously has become one of MJF's gauntlet gimmicks, and there is the rule of threes, and it's obvious it's the rule of threes. You're turning, and one of the original complaints at this point of the show was, you don't need to set up Bryan Danielson as an underdog. He's not an underdog. He is one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. You don't need him to set up as an underdog. But of course, MJF wants to be set up as an underdog. That's what he knows. So at that point of the show, the complaint is, okay, what the fuck? You're setting this up. Originally, it was, okay, Bryan Danielson's going to earn his way because he wrestles. But now it's like, Brian Cage had an excellent outing that night. So the problem is not inherently his. It's just you're booking it to look like it's we're not interested in another gauntlet. We're interested in seeing Bryan Danielson wrestle and MJF shit his pants in terror. At this point, this is what we're thinking. Showcase what Bryan Danielson is. And he's not an underdog. He's a fucking technical beast. Show that off. That was the complaint. Like I said, a lot of similarities and fears of it not working out.
Well,
this is our feeling at this point of the evening.
Well, thus far it has been working, and following Danielson's victory over Cage.
TW, say working. I say not so much.
I mean, it's getting the desired reaction from the crowd.
One, true, but again, we weren't getting the reaction. Again, if you ask Mase and Shades, no, it was not. We were not okay with this at that point. We were not point. Again, put a bookmark on it. Next match.
See, after the match, Cage worked over, just destroyed Bryan's shoulder, and MJF came out to finish the job. But before they could truly, absolutely destroy this shoulder, who would come out to save him but Takeshita. Now, so you know that MJF got quite a nice babyface pop here.
He did.
First, I thought someone was going to do a run-in to help Bryan. I'm like,
I'm sorry, what's that, Shin?
yeah, I thought someone was going to do a run-in to help Bryan as soon as I heard the cheering, but I'm like, no, it's the shit of the earth.
Then Takeshita showed up.
Eventually run in. Eventually.
Yeah.
Then we go backstage, and the doctor is unsure about whether or not he should clear Danielson, but Danielson's like, no, fuck you, I'm going to wrestle whether you like it or not.
So basically, they're trying to make it look like, oh, he's busted his shoulder and all blah, blah, blah. Danielson's trying to turn it, no, fuck you, I'm a wrestler, I'm wrestling. This just adds stokes to the fire of you're making him look like an underdog when he does not need to be an underdog.
I don't quite see it as I just see it as MJF being the usual shit heel that he is, and Danielson being the badass that he is, saying, you know what, I don't care how injured I am, I'm going to murder MJF.
This is still feeling mid, T-Dub. Not the
for you
best
guys.
build. This is not the best build up.
Well, for you guys.
Personally, I feel like that MJF is the underdog. Because there's no way this is his first Iron Man match up against one of the best wrestlers in the world. He's going to take every advantage he can get. He wants to grind Danielson down till he can pick the bones for an hour. So he's the underdog in this. And he has to overcome the mountain that is Bryan Danielson. And he's using several nukes to try to bring that mountain down to a molehill so that he can easily climb over it.
When you say it like that, it makes sense. But again, at this point, we're feeling, okay, we are not vibing with this main event build. Again, at this point, there's a point where his next opponent is announced, but we have not reached that point of the show yet. Keep going, T-Dub.
Yep, following that, we had
Short
Tony Storm versus Ruby Soho. Britt Baker was announced to be injured early on. According to Dave Meltzer, the injury is nothing serious, but I guess they just weren't taking any chances here.
Best to not take chances, especially with Britt's injury history. Not the most dangerous one, but in that one of those, let's not take risks.
She's got a bad history with that nose.
Yep.
At this point, if she keeps breaking her nose, she's going to look like Princess Vespa before plastic surgery.
Oh, no! Wow, that's a reference.
Oh! How did you get that? Thank you
for getting
set up, payoff, folks.
At one point, Tony Storm feigns an injury to lure good old Tony Storm feigns an injury to lure Ruby Soho in, takes advantage. Looks like she's going to get the victory, but Baker interferes to help Ruby Soho win. So yay, face turn.
Ish. To be continued.
Here's what I think is going to happen. Blood and guts. We got the homegrowns versus the feds.
That's one word to put it, but yeah, I like that general idea. Homegrown versus imports.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Then we got MJF backstage promo where he locked himself in what looks like a broom closet because he's hiding out from everyone because he says, you know, some people just don't know how to control their anger, man. And so he cuts a promo on Takeshita, then Danielson, and once again, an amazing promo from MJF.
Again, chicken shit heel, master mouth talker. Of course, he asks the people to roll the film and therefore announce who will wrestle Danielson next. And this is where I go from, this has been mid to 2. Holy shit, never mind. Okay, here's a way to get some technical badassery. Danielson's next opponent, Timothy fucking Thatcher.
The world's most British American.
Oh, folks. Those who have been complaining about the lack of technical prowess in the last week or so, you're going to get some. There will be some. A lot of technical. Yeah, a lot of technical.
Also, thanks for bringing up that point, T-Dub, about MJF being in the broom closet. That just accentuates what I've been saying before. Even though Bryan is basically one arm now, MJF is that terrified of him that he's hiding from him. He's the underdog.
A lot of behind the scenes, a lot of subtle shit.
Yeah. Like, I'm the champion. I'm not going to tell you where I'm at. I'm in some kind of closet, but I'm not going to tell you where I'm at because he knows if the crowd knows where he's at, Bryan's going to know where he's at. And Bryan's going to fuck him up. So he's hiding.
Yeah.
So tonight, we're getting one hell of a match for a Women's Championship Eliminator. Jamie Hayter versus Emi Sakura.
Should be fun.
Yep, it's going to be Shin's waifu versus Her Highness.
Which is what I call the cake.
God damn it.
You know what, T-Dub? If you're allowed to have Matt Taven, I think he's allowed to have his cake. To be fair.
He has a lot of cake. He goes for a lot of cake. Any cake, really.
Only
Oh
British.
my God! So we're live on Friday. SmackDown's going on, and LA Knights just is doing a parody of Bray Wyatt.
Sounds on brand.
It is absolutely on brand. Wait till you see the YouTube clip.
What happened?
LA Knight has his pitch black match against Bray Wyatt this Saturday tomorrow, and mind games, or at least an attempt at it.
Or mind taking.
Wait till
So
the video.
next.
Wait for the pictures. And yeah, JC, he's out with the Hawaiian shirt and everything. Yeah, smallest little lamp. Let me talk to you. Anyway,
So now we get to our main event. Jay Lethal versus Mark Briscoe. Ian Riccaboni and Caprice Coleman join Excalibur on commentary.
and not a dry eye in that house.
Or in that ring, thanks
In
to
that
Jake.
ring, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and throughout multiple points, you can tell Excalibur needed help from Caprice and Ian to keep his composure. Understandably so. And huge, gigantic pop for Mark.
Massive pop.
That was really heartwarming to see. And Mark entered with both belts. And during his entrance, first he went to his turnbuckle, and then he grabbed his brother's belt and went over to his brother's turnbuckle and posed with both belts. That hit hard.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
And then you see Jay Lethal, and he can't hold it in.
He was fighting when he was hugging Sanjay, who himself was fighting, but as soon as Mark got in the ring, he lost that fight.
Yeah,
I'm still having a hard time trying to talk about it. Fuck.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Emotional match, well wrestled match.
Yeah, really.
If you have not seen it, this is one of those. I refuse to describe it at this point.
Yeah,
T-Dub, I don't think you should describe it other than just
I didn't even take
emotional.
here's the notes I have: gigantic pop for Mark.
Yeah.
Mark with both belts, and then Mark Briscoe wins with the Dre Driller. Those are the notes I took
Yeah.
because I was just too busy being lost in the moments. Really.
Then
And
Go ahead.
of course, afterwards, most of the locker room emptied out on the stage, and more hugs for Mark as the show ends with him posing with both belts.
Yep. So thank you, Tony Khan, for fighting as hard as you did to get this match happening.
Yeah, that I'm not, and it's pretty ballsy for him to do this because the rights for the TV deal are up very soon, and most television producers would not fight this hard, this close to those negotiations.
I'll tell you this though, if I'm Tony Khan, the amount of shit that he had to go through with Warner Brothers Discovery, part of me is going, and the fact that their one employee's pettiness towards one tweet 13 years ago. If I'm Tony Khan, I'm starting to think, you just cost me that pettiness and that accident just cost me one of the best tag teams in the world. That's going to cost you. And the fact that you allow me to have this matchup post-mortem, that don't expect a discount. Pay up, or we'll find our fortunes elsewhere.
I just have to wonder, like, all the dream matches the Briscoes could have had against, more Young Bucks matches, matches against the Lucha Bros, Dark Order.
Long story
Yeah,
short, if I'm
right.
Tony Khan and Warner Brothers Discovery is pull the no on that, it's, okay, you want to keep us? So remember that one tag team that would have made ratings gold for us? That's going to cost you.
Also, I'd like to point out that this week's episode of Dynamite scored over 1 million views. Very nice. 1 million views for good old Jay Briscoe.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. That being said, T-Dub, continue.
And I believe now it's time to preview the Royal Rumble.
Yipper, the Royal Rumble. Yeah, we're doing a WWE show, and we got some time. We got plenty of time. Holy shit! You sure we don't have more news? I mean, outside of Vince McMahon trying to fuck his company up again, of course.
All the other news I have is Ronda's not going to be at the Rumble, according to Meltzer.
Yeah, she's off the Rumble, allegedly.
Good.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm thinking. All right, well, hey, short week, no problem at all. The Royal Rumble. Yes, I did. We did spell it Rimbile instead of the U. The Alamo Dome in San Antonio, Texas. We'll see you at the Alamo Dome.
At the Alamo, Paul and Sean.
Paul and Michael, Paul Levick, Michael Hickenbottom. See you at the Alamo Dome.
The Alamo Dome.
For the record, yeah, Raw 30. Watched it. DX reunion funny. Kurt Angle was a dork. Awesome. Tribal Court was fucking epic.
Yes, very much.
Started strong.
I saw clips of the Tribal Court. That was good stuff. Especially with Jay, of all people, saving Sammy.
The whole segment was a beauty. Good call doing no commercials, too. But go ahead.
Hey, all I can say is Jay remembers who bought him Waffle House.
Yipper. Damn right. And eventually, of course, the first half was fun, and then... Why'd you cut the women's match? That cage match would have been epic, you fuckers. Anywho. We begin... actually, it's 5... Hold on, I could refresh this real quick. Just make sure we get No, still 5 matches. I believe it's the only thing that changes is the list of people who have declared for the Rumble. But Bianca Belair versus Alexa Bliss for the Raw Women's Championship.
Keep it on Belair.
Keep it on Belair.
Saw some of the clips from the build-up. Alexa putting in some socks in it. Fair enough. Roman Owens. Undisputed title.
Roman's obviously going to win, but I can't tell, but I feel like there's going to be Sammy shenanigans.
Sammy shenanigans, and if it's got anything to do with the how they did it back in 2020, that match will be a goddamn banger.
Mm-hmm.
And Bray Wyatt in the aforementioned LA Knight in a Mountain Dew sponsored pitch black match. What are the rules? We don't fucking know.
According to Bray Wyatt in a recent interview, he doesn't know.
Oh, I know all the rules, dummies. The rules of pitch black match are simple. Bray Wyatt wiggles his behind down to the ring, lays down, and meets a trip to the gravy train for the next man of the hour, the next phenom of the WWE. That's right, LA Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do I get the feeling they're doing Eli Drake dirty again? Just asking. And then there's Rumble matches. We'll go over the women's first. Let me just get to that list. The people declared as of recording this particular show are Liv Morgan, Candice LeRae, Rhea Ripley, Raquel Rodriguez, Shayna Baszler, Zelina Vega, Emma. She's still on the roster, folks. Bayley, Dakota Kai, Io Sky, and Lacey Evans. I would not be surprised to see Becky Lynch pop up and fuck up Bayley in there. Just saying.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of NXT women and some returning legends, and maybe even one Forbidden Door.
Maybe.
This is a Triple H booked Rumble, so anything can happen.
Honestly, I don't care.
Enjoy the fireworks at this point. That's what I would say.
I'll enjoy the match for what it is, but as for a favorite, I don't really care.
I have no favorite either. I'm not calling anything on that one, to be honest.
I'm almost certain that Rhea Ripley's winning this.
Doing it for her man, ex-con Dom.
So, Dom, what stories you have this week about your hardship in prison?
Oh, fuck. Here we go.
You don't know, man. You don't know what the fuck I've been through, man. How you gonna judge me? We didn't have cake in prison, man. We didn't have cake in the jail. You know what we had, Vato? We had Twinkies. And I stabbed a man, and I shot a man in the back of the head with some Twinkies. In Manhunt. That's right. Still, we didn't have no Xbox, remember? We had PlayStation 2. You don't understand nothing about that.
Hey, you're shitting on PS2 like that's a bad thing.
I can't play the newest games on no fucking PS2, Vato. You want me to come up there and show you what's what, Holmes? You don't know me.
You are seriously gonna dunk on PS2 there, Dom?
I wish I could dunk.
The classics. You gotta appreciate the classics. This man has no respect, man. No respect at all.
I ain't got no respect for nobody but myself, my mommy, and my poppy. My real poppy, Eddie Guerrero.
Jesus.
Hey, speaking of Dom, I believe he is in the men's rumble. As announced, Kofi Kingston, Santos Escobar, Ricochet, Austin Theory, Seth frickin' Rollins, Bobo Lashley, Baron Corbin, Rey Mysterio, Walter, Cody Rhodes, Omos, Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, Braun Strowman, Karrion Kross, the aforementioned Dominic Mysterio, Xavier Woods, The Miz, and as I've announced as of this evening, Brock Lesnar himself, Brock Lesnar.
I'm going to parrot some of the words that the man from New York talked about this afternoon. Like, if this was a couple of months ago when Cody got hurt, I'd be like, this is his Rumble to win. Like, this is his time. We all know he's coming back at this Rumble. So he's coming back tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I would have given it to him, but there's just one little hiccup with this.
Sammy.
And it's a hiccup named Sammy. Yeah, Sammy is...
What do you do? The comeback, the preordained comeback king? Or the guy that's been killing it for every week for 6 months minimum?
Yeah.
Minimum.
You go with the plan or you call an audible. That is... I don't envy Triple H on this regard.
This is Triple H. I will say this. This is Triple H's first big test. First true big test in this rebuild. And folks, there is no 100% correct answer here.
Yeah.
Because you go with Sammy, oh shit, what do you tell Cody? Oh fuck. You go with Cody, how's the crowd going to react to that?
We could have another Batista situation. Like, remember, they wanted Daniel Bryan, but they got Batista, and the crowd turned on the whole match. So I think this is what Triple H might be scared of the crowd just turning on the match because Sammy didn't win.
There's a lot of people who think, oh, you put him back with Kevin and you go after the Usos, and that would be one way to calm the people down, but do the people want that? And that truly, honestly, is something that we're going to have to find out on Sunday. We don't have an answer. I don't. I know my answer would be put the belt on Cody, because at this point, even Sammy was like, yeah, I could be a champion, but I could not be the face.
True.
He was with Ariel Helwani this week, and he understands that there is, to me, from that interview, I get that. Look, I get that I'm going to paraphrase and speculate. There's an understanding of how over he truly is, but he understands, like, hey, I'll take the belt, but I'm not the long-term solution. Cody's a long-term solution. Roman's a long-term solution. This guy is a long-term. I could be the champ. I can complete the story, but what do you do after?
Yeah.
Yeah, at this point, Cody Rhodes is Stone Cold and Sami Zayn is Mick Foley.
Like, what do you do? What do you do in a situation like this? And this is what makes it. This is the reason why I want to watch the Rumble this tomorrow, because I want to see how this goes down, how the crowd's going to react, what decisions are going to be made, if any, going forward. I mean, the Sammy and Cody are the two obvious winners who could possibly win this, but the question is, who do you go for, the long term or the guy who's white hot right now?
For me,
and for anyone wondering why we're not mentioning The Rock, it's because according to the dirt sheets, The Rock apparently does not believe himself to be in ring shape.
and that could be just him fucking around because we're trying to throw everybody off, including the dirt sheets. But at this point, I'm still of the belief of, it's still a rumor until realized.
Yeah.
At this point, you have 2 nights at WrestleMania this year. I'm of the belief of you can have your cake and eat it too kind of situation, but at the same time, what the fuck do you do? And Aim Extreme said it best in the chat. I'm not, should Cody be world champ? Totally, but not now. Cody's been world champ. Now it should be Roman turning on Sammy and forcing the Usos to beat up Sammy. Just imagine the Usos in tears beating up Sammy. I'm sorry, man. Yeah. There are so many things. I'm looking at this going, stay the course here. There's a way you can have your cake and eat it too.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the tag team title match isn't the answer for this, but you have 2 nights, and Roman's got 2 belts, and the solution here is to split those 2 goddamn belts.
Yeah, he can easily do double duty.
He's the tribal chief. He will be the main event. And Adam Pearce and Triple H could just go, all right, you want to be the main event? There's 2 nights. You're headlining both. Good luck, tribal chief.
Smart money. Split the titles up.
Sammy for the personal win. Cody for the long term.
Yeah. Or Sammy could win by accident. Are the Usos in the Rumble?
They believe. Let me check it again. So do you have an idea where you could go with this? But I want to check.
They're not in as of now, but obviously there's still plenty of spots open.
There's a lot of spots here. 19 out of the 30. You could put the Usos and
Solo.
Let me see if Solo is in. He is not in as of yet. He has a match against Kevin Owens this evening in the main event SmackDown. So there is that. But that's the thing.
An accidental win might work.
I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Brett Luger.
Maybe.
That
Final 2, Sammy, Cody.
It'll take some finagling, but Sammy and Cody are the right guys to do it. So, and that would satisfy both crowds. Like that crowd that wants to see Cody get the big one at WrestleMania, and the other crowd wanting to see the conclusion of the Bloodline storyline. And even more so, if Sammy's an unwilling challenger, like he cannot possibly challenge his tribal chief because he's been so loyal, but the tribal chief is so damn paranoid, and Sammy's popularity is just so great that he's just grinding him down emotionally and physically.
Yeah, I could kind of see that. I could kind of see that, where you could have Cody win it, and then Sammy just goes, look, you want me to face you at WrestleMania, yes or no? I'll go into Elimination Chamber, I'll win it. And you could have your cake and eat it too. Where Sammy goes, okay, but I must warn you, I don't plan on lying down. Or Roman goes, I know you'll want to lie down, but I'm ordering you to give me your best. Lot of finagling to do. Triple H might have his cake and eat it too. There's Elimination Chamber, which, by the way, is in Montreal, Sammy's home turf. Mm-hmm. You have that trump card. Maybe the Rumble isn't the answer. Maybe the Rumble goes as planned. Cody wins, and whatever happens with the crowd happens with the crowd. If
Very
they boo,
intriguing Rumble
que
this
sera,
year.
sera.
Mm-hmm. This might be the most interested I've been in the Rumble in a long time.
There's a base level of interest because Triple H is booking it.
Yeah.
Vince may want creative back, but he's not stupid enough to realize, I'm gonna fuck up the plans of my successor just so I can have full control back. Vince is not that. Vince is a petty motherfucker. He is not a dumb motherfucker.
Disagree.
No, I know. I couldn't say it without a smile on my face, but at the same time.
But I think we can all agree that Sammy and Cody are the top picks to win the Rumble.
Absolutely.
There could be nobody else.
They are. If they're not on the final four, something is deeply wrong with booking.
But
Or the story is there's a story being told.
I just like to note that the WWE on BT Sport official Twitter account is teasing Jay White of all people to be in the Rumble.
I feel like Hawkeye in Endgame. Don't give me hope. Please don't give me hope.
Yeah. I'll tell you this though, T-Dub. I don't know if it was Forbidden Door was a Forbidden Door was brought up, and Sammy and Mr. White is a free agent.
That he is.
Oh,
so is Naito. Naito's a free agent.
I was just about to say, NyQuil Naito is a free agent, so...
Though at this point, I think Naito's going to use that to go, fuck, I'm going to wrestle around for a little bit.
Although it wouldn't be a good idea for him to be in the Rumble because his entrance would last the entire length of the Rumble.
And I love San Antonio. I don't think the crowd's going to know who Naito is.
I know who he is, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, but you're only one guy.
I'm not a guy. I'm the guy. Ba ba.
Boo! You're the shit, Roman Reigns. Boo! Boo!
Go back to your corner, eat cookies, shit, Roman Reigns.
And that's the Rumble, and I'm gonna have a long day. GNMA and the Rumble. That's a fun Saturday, folks. That is cosplay and Royal Rumble professional fucking wrestling. I'm gonna have some fun, boys. I'm gonna have some fun. Let's do some winners. You know what? Fuck it. Let's do some winners and losers. For those who don't know, there's no WGTP.
Nope. So we're still so the weekend won't start.
Actually, no. The WGGP community have said, hey, we announced that there's no WGGP. Enjoy your weekend. It may begin with our blessing.
I'll buy it. For now.
Yeah, same here. Same reaction.
Let's
do some winners and losers, gentlemen. Shin.
Easy D-cell battery goes to Warner Brothers Discovery.
Yeah.
The guy died in a tragic accident, and you couldn't be a sportsman enough to just let the company that he worked for celebrate his life. I mean, you've seen all the fucking tweets. Everyone has nothing but nice things to say about Jay, but you're just going to harp on a couple of tweets he made when he was young and dumb. Even people who are of the LGBTQ community were saying how much of a sweetheart Jay Briscoe was, and you're just going to be that damn petty about it, so screw you. Screw you royally. Overall losers, Dana White for Power Slap being a dangerous sport and besmirching the gentleman's sport of professional slapping. Thankfully, Charlie gave Red in the Riot Act and showed everybody how fucking dangerous it is and how Dana White doesn't give a shit. DSP for just being DSP. You know why. He's a dumbass. And another non-wrestler one, Velma.
Folks, let me save you some time. I watched 10 minutes of Velma. Not worth your fucking time.
Yeah, it is Speaking as somebody who has enjoyed nearly every incarnation of Scooby-Doo, from the Scooby-Doo show, from the original Scooby-Doo, to the Scooby-Doo movies that had all those guest stars in them, to a pup named Scooby-Doo, to Scooby-Doo and Scrappy-Doo, to Scooby-Doo with his cousin Scooby-Dum, all of them, this is the most garbage incarnation of Scooby-Doo ever. And it deserves to be ranked lower than fucking Dragon Ball Evolution.
Not even Charlie could muster up the courage to enjoy it.
Yeah, he's just not even Max. And even when people are like, "Hey, you should watch," and Velma give us ideas, like, I'm not gonna watch that shit if I know it sucks. Why would I waste my time with something that sucks when I could spend my time watching something that's awesome like The Last of Us?
Oh, that show's been a banger after banger so far.
Yeah, that show is great.
Ah, so good.
Those are my losers.
T-Dub.
Obviously, Warner Brothers Discovery, especially that one suit who decided to be a petty motherfucker. Like, come on, man. Man died. Come on. And
Should have been a tribute show, and you should have sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up.
And Vince McMahon for getting sued for like the third time this year.
Fourth time.
Fourth?
I've heard 4.
Jesus Christ. They can't get rid of this guy fast enough.
They should have said no. We'll take it. We'll take your injunction. But they didn't.
Cowards.
For me, I mean, you guys said I'm on the money on this one. Warner Brothers Discovery. Fuck that one guy. Seriously, fuck him. Fire him for that shit.
Well, if it's like any of the other jobs at WB Discovery, he probably will be fired within the next now.
And of course, Vince McMahon for what T-Dub just brought up. Seriously, old man, you should have stayed out. You petty motherfucker. Winners, boys.
Winner, eternal winner, forever, for the rest of time, Jay Briscoe. We've already gushed enough about him. What can you say? He was that boy. Let's see. Tony Khan for fighting as hard as he did to get that tribute show, as well as getting that main event with Jay Lethal and his brother and Mark Briscoe in the main event of Dynamite, as well as just all the testimonials, all the well wishes from everyone in the wrestling community, and how they've rallied behind Jay's family to support them and just to help them out. This is what I love.
Shin?
Hello?
Yeah, we hear you.
All right. Other winners, Hi-Fi Rush. If you haven't played this game, cop it. It's $30 on Steam. It's free if you have an Xbox Pass. It is an amazing, amazing action game. Like, it's like a mix between Devil May Cry and Gitaru Man. Just cop it if you can get it. And my final winner goes to Chiseled Adonis. He posted a story, like a little YouTube short. I couldn't share it. I wish I could have shared it, but he just didn't allow me to share it. But it was the Usher song "Yeah," but instead of Lil Jon, in the chorus, it's not Usher saying "Yeah," it's L.A. Knight.
Jesus Christ!
I remember seeing this.
Yeah.
And if you can find it on YouTube or on his channel, I must have played that thing on repeat for 10 minutes. It was just so fucking hilarious. So Chiseled Adonis, you glorious, hilarious man who makes me watch professional football because I love your commentary. For all you do, this root beer is for you.
I think I may have it, but I'm going to have to play it after. Keep going.
All right, for me, my winners are just the world of wrestling. Just seeing how wholesome a lot of people can be, especially contributing to the Pugh family in their time of need. Just absolutely amazing. Love to see it.
Jay Briscoe, internal winner for obvious reasons. AEW last 2 weeks. The streak is over for this week, but it did end on a solid note, so there's no complaints here. Just one of those meh shows, though the quality was still good, still watchable. Jay Lethal versus Mark Briscoe. Yeah, it tears your heart apart, but it was the point was to have fun, was to have a good match. So, thumbs up there. Raw for reaching 30 years and having a pretty decent show to boot. Last hour sucks, but that's Raw in a nutshell for the last decade. And I'm gonna give one to Top Dollar out of Hit Row. Why? There's a before and after picture that floated around on the internet a couple days ago. Man's losing some weight. A lot of weight. Thought I would show it off. The man's putting some effort in and all that stuff.
The effort is appreciated.
Yeah. I think that should be applauded. Just saying. What? Blonde Cher is back on TV again. I'm watching SmackDown. Oh, wait, that's Charlotte Flair. I'm sorry.
I'm Charlotte Flair. Give me more titles.
She's more plastic than woman now. Twisted and evil. Yeah, that's it. We can fuck around. Well, we got what, a couple of minutes. You guys want to shoot the show with the audience here, or do you want to wrap it up and
it's
chill?
time to do some pluggity plugs.
Sure, plug away, boys.
Don't got much to plug. Been a stressful last couple of weeks, so I had to put a lot of my projects on hiatus. But you can still find most of my good stuff on Maxacorn on YouTube. No Twitter and no Instagram, unfortunately, because social media hates me for some reason.
Twitter fucking hates Elon Musk fucking hates you, and Meta has a grudge for some dumb fucking reason.
Yes. But but if you really want to help support the channel, what little I can do, PayPal.com/Shintigercurl, Cash App, $Shintigercurl. All of it helps out, and we could use a little extra cashola because my aunt's funeral was this week, and some expenses have come up. So if you feel like you can donate something to help my family, or at least in memory of my beloved Aunt Ruth, I already shared the links, so anything is helpful.
T-Dub.
Got my review for Hat in Time. There it is, right there in the Twitch chat. And currently working on my next review. If you want to see it early, patreon.com/TWK reviews.
Of course, if you want to see his videos a little early, patreon.com/TWK reviews. Even $1 gets you in on the early stuff. Of course, my PayPal dip chart, paypal.me/Matty Jay 316. Shintigercurl's, he's got plenty. He's on Cash App. He's on PayPal. Give him money so he can fix his teeth. Seriously.
That too.
Yeah. An acknowledgement to French Otaku sent us an email last week. We did not get a chance to read it. And we're not going to have a chance to read it again. But he did pay tribute to Briscoe. Jay Briscoe. My brain's fucked. My brain's fucked up.
You're Brian Pillman?
Yeah, someone pilvanized my brain. That's why it's fucked up. Now my brain's derping, and I'm tired. But he paid tribute to Jay Briscoe. Some of the things he brought up here. I'll see if I can get a chance to read it next week. We should, but thought I would acknowledge that now. And I believe that is it. Discord's in there. We're done with the Ranger recap. The last episode is up on YouTube for your VODing features and pleasure and all that good stuff. And that's it, folks. Much appreciated. We thank you very much for tuning in. Enjoy the Royal Rumble, everybody. Should be a decent one. Yeah, that's it. We're done here. And I'm going to enjoy a rampage and go right to bed. On behalf of everybody, including Shintigercurl. Yeah. Dummy. Yeah. TWK.
Follow the dummies, yeah.
He's got the whole world in his yeah. I'm beginning to be at that point beyond tired where everything's gonna be funny, so should have laughed more. My name's Matty Jay. Remind you to help professional wrestling support independent promotion as soon as possible. Enjoy the Rumble, enjoy the wrestling, and we will talk to you next week, folks. Have a good one, have a safe one. Bye, everybody, bye!
This Friday night in Cincinnati, Ohio, we got us one hell of a match. We putting our tag straps on the line against Kyle O'Reilly and Davey Richards. Team Jiu-Jitsu, Team MMA. It's crazy when you think about it, man. MMA done took over the world. MMA's the biggest shit going right now. Taking airtime from my boxing, man. Well, yeah. MMA done took over. And I got all the respect in the world for the people that do MMA. But the shit that pisses me off, when you got Johnny Badass walking to the bar with his little tap-out shirt on. He went to the gym for 2 weeks so his little muscles popped out a little bit. And he think he's God's gift to women. He walk around like his shit don't stink. I guarantee you one of y'all little tap-out boys bring that shit down here to Sandford, you'll be lucky to get out of this bitch alive. Now, Davey and Kyle, I ain't saying that y'all that type of people. But you got Davey Richards walking around with his little title belt and a mouthpiece in it. It's pro wrestling, son.
Hey, brother, hey, Terry Funk ain't wearing no mouthpiece.
Hell no, Terry Funk ain't wearing no damn mouthpiece. Bruiser Brody ain't wearing no mouthpiece. Doing your little jiu-jitsu, getting focused and shit. Talking about I'm focused. I'm kicking this bag, I'm focused for my match. Shit, that's where we different, boys. We a different type of people. We ain't got time to be focused. Focused. Shit, we live on a farm. We gotta get shit done. We ain't got time to walk around being focused. Does it look like stable thoughts go through my mind? Do I look like a rational thinker to you? This guy, I guarantee you, he ain't no rational thinker. Shit, we walk in there on Dr. Phil, he shit us. Damn, son.
My bad, I thought you was finished.
Oh, you killed that Jim?
Yeah, man.
Hey,
We ain't talking. Let me unload my boy.
think it's one more.